Okay.
We're live.
We're live. And just like that, we're back again with another brand new episode with the two most favorite co-hosts in the entire world. As always, not a damn thing has changed. Oh man, my boy over here is getting already tipsy out the ace. But two most favorite co-hosts in the world, myself, Eduardo, and my boy Brett. For people that are brand new to this lovely podcast, welcome. Come on in. The water's just fine. And yeah, man, before we start on this, and actually before we embark on this journey, I always like to start with the infamous question on every episode that I always start off with. How are you doing today, brother?
Doing good. I woke up drinking, haven't stopped drinking, and I'm still drinking. And I plan to drink after we get done with this.
Okay, just get completely smashed. This is actually the perfect day to do that today as well. Where you live in the Washington State, it's supposed to be probably one of the hottest days of this summer, right? That's what they're saying.
That's right.
And yeah, so it's pretty warm out for people that are out there enjoying, having a good time at the park, at the lake, you name it. Today is the day to do it. But, we're doing something better. We're doing a podcast here because we want to definitely provide lovely content for all you lovely folks. So there, where we see you very important that we have to do that, take time every day to do this for you. So there you go. See, we're not going to stop. But of course, yeah, man. I mean, that's good that you're having an awesome day. You actually told me that you actually had some pizza as well earlier today as well. How was that at the brewery, right?
Oh yeah, we went to Elemental Cider Company or Cider Company.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm turning off my notifications for my security camera. It keeps going off.
Oh, they're tapping in
progress, but I've got something bigger going on. So yeah, we went to Elemental Cider Company.
Okay.
Checked them out. The pizza was okay. The service was kind of slow. But the cider, I'll give them that. At least they didn't call it Elemental Pizza Company because, it was just like run-of-the-mill pizza, right? The cider was pretty good. I had a strawberry rhubarb cider, and I just had the little, 12-ounce glass, but I would have definitely walked out with a growler.
Okay.
Friends.
Okay, so pizza was mid-tier, but you enjoyed the cider more. The alcohol, better yet, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have so many pizza shops. I mean, we got Mod Pizza, and you could literally interchange it. We got a new joint up here called Coconut Kenny's.
Coconut Kenny's, I like the name.
Yeah, and the thing that pissed me off about Element, we had three people in there: my wife, myself, and my daughter, and all three of us wanted a different pizza.
Okay.
And they only offer one size of pizza. And
so lame.
So at that moment, I was going to get a Greek pizza, with the olives, the feta cheese, whatever. And the lady's like, nah. And I go, well, okay. So if we can only get one size pizza, can we do like half, and
half and
maybe
half?
Just compromise on. And she's like, nope, we don't do that either. And so I'm like, all right, well, give us a cheese pizza, I guess.
Yeah. I guess we'll just go with cheese.
And
lame, dude. I mean, I've never heard of a pizza place that doesn't do that. I mean, if I may interject, but that is crazy to me. I mean, you would have to think that people don't like for me, I'm kind of a different breed. I like actually pineapple on my pizza sometimes, but not all the time.
Gross.
Majority of the time, it's actually, I know, right? That's what I thought, but it's okay since my wife loves it. So yeah, shout out, honey.
I'm just joshing you, bro.
No, but it's crazy. Outside joke, by the way. We'll have to start a Patreon once we get into those type of jokes. But yes, no, that's crazy to me. You would have to have the option for people that like different toppings on their pizza. Like it's kind of a thing where not all the people are gonna like the same thing, right?
Right.
Just an idea.
I mean, pizza is like one of those most versatile dishes that it almost seems unfathomable that you would say, nope, we only have one size and you can only have one kind. Like,
insanity, dude.
All right, just give, and then they had the goal to say no outside food or beverages, like, so I can't show up with no, no Jack in the Box or McDonald's or whatever. Like, dude, you got I'm here for the pizza. I want your Greek pizza. I just want to try it out, I'll pay for your drinks. I'll give you a tip, and then they had a little pool table back there. And I told my wife, well, hey, you want to go shoot some pool? We haven't, played pool in a while. Then I look over there and then they have a sign that says no minors. My wife is not a minor, by the way. We had a kid.
I But like, whoa, that took a complete turn.
Yeah, that could get sideways.
Oh, well, good thing you clarified, right? That's what. Yeah, it's good you gave clarification for people that are aware. He was referring to his daughter. Okay, people.
Yeah,
Let's go.
we have too many of those people really doing that thing in this country. I don't want to be labeled in with one
Oh
of them.
hell no.
You can check the
Okay.
Epstein logs. I was not on a single flight to his
Oh man.
Cayman Island.
So pool table was up for grabs, but obviously no
We had the
minors
kid
allowed.
with us, and they
Okay.
said nope, no entry, no
Oh
entry.
man, dude, that's
Yeah, so I mean, we were just really let down. It was just like, we don't have enough of those places that, we'd have to go all the way to Linwood for like Dave and Buster's.
Dave
But
and
still,
Buster's?
Dave and
Mhm.
Buster's, you're getting all the corporate stuff, right? And I wanted like the cider. I don't know, so it's just like these small towns. That's the one thing they do. They always cater to the older crowds, but they don't cater to the family so
Families.
much, and that's kind of a shame,
I hear you. No, I hear you. Yeah, that is a letdown, man. That sucks. It's unfortunate. Yeah. So that's I mean, either way, it was subpar, right? And more of the story, it was subpar. It was all right, but it's probably not a place that I feel like you would go back to. I guess, right?
Right. It's
Okay.
somewhere where you would like you take someone to go on a date, or
Okay.
if you if you were a person that had no kids, you could go there and enjoy it. Like say you're retired, right? Say you're just like you got some old greasy balls and you're just like, hey, let's go to Elemental. Let's have some of that.
Let's go.
Let's
Smoke a cig
yeah, you
before
can
you
go
walk in
outside and
there.
smoke. Actually, they're vaping now. Everybody's vaping.
Oh, that's right. Hit the jewel or those little canister looking things. Those like they look like bricks. Like they're smoking out of that thing. Like, damn, what the hell?
Yeah,
It's advancing,
yeah, and you're
dude.
smelling like some berry wind, like someone smoking berries right now.
It smells like cotton candy.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they want to
man.
outlaw them because they're being targeted for kids. I don't know, man. I work around a lot of adults that smoke cotton candy jewel.
That's the truth, man. That's the truth. Definitely. Yeah, we're on the new wave, I guess. We're old heads. I guess we're considered old heads, right? We're thinking about the past and we're not in with the future.
Yeah,
So
what's so bad about menthol, people? Remember when menthol used to be the bad guy because they were like catering to, I guess, kids as well? I don't know.
yeah, all those like anti-cigarettes this, anti-cigarettes that, or just all this like that dare back in the days. Well, that was more for drugs, but I mean, I guess cigarettes were involved with that as well. But yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Yeah, it's
Dare introduced most American children to drugs.
that was the gateway to
as
it.
soon as the moment we realized it was all propaganda, right? And it was just your druggy friends that were the ones that are like, they're lying, right? No, bro, watch this. He's smoking a spliff right in front of you, and he's not dying.
I don't
He's
feel like
not
killing
like
people.
going into the fetal position. He's
Yeah.
not jumping off of a building onto cars, And you're like, no, he's just actually funnier. We can actually put up with him.
You laugh a lot and you eat a lot. See, that's the only negative,
Yeah,
right?
basically. Yeah.
And now we have a freaking those stores, just the marijuana stores. You can just walk into like a 7-Eleven and just get your choosing and pickings of whatever it is you want. Boom, in and out. See?
Oh, dude,
Crazy.
yeah, like
crazy.
12 milligram brownies now. It's like
Gummy bears, you name it, they have it. Baby.
Yo,
they have
take me
It's
to a
insane.
land.
But yes, man. But yeah, it's dude, today is the day where obviously I feel like summer has started. On another note, it's definitely getting warmer out there. And yeah, yours truly here. I just went out and about, went to Costco, like I was telling you. I made a small reference. I actually had to get their famous $1.50 hot dog with a drink. And we made a reference. It made me think automatically about the episode we had filmed a couple of weeks ago in regards to how for things that we should riot for as a people, as the United States of America, we choose not to stand up for it. But hell will break loose if they raise that $150 combo to $250. That's when we're like, okay, people are gonna riot, people are gonna storm into Costco and just cause just a catastrophic scene. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it reminded me of when I was at Costco.
It may be the fall of America if Costco raises their hot dog prices.
That's what it's all over.
Yeah, it's like
the revolution.
That will be our farewell episode.
We're live from the parking lot at Costco here.
Yeah, it'll be
Alex
capitalists
Johnson
against the socialists.
Oh man, that would be crazy. That video I sent you. So right off rip, let's get into it. Right here, we're going to dive into the most random topics that happened during the week. This is what we like to do here on the podcast: just bring you the latest, greatest into just the most random things that happen in life in general. So one of the things I sent you via tweet is they are having, I don't want to say it's a protest. It's to me, it looks like a well-organized little march that's happening in, where is it? Again, I want to make sure I get this correct.
This is
It's
the one you
happening.
just sent me.
Yes, it's happening in Washington, correct? Not
Washington,
Washington
D.C.
State, and Washington, D.C. So what's, I guess, who's the group, or who's the, who's holding this thing? That's kind of the first question I want to ask. How did this come about? I heard it via the interwebs of Twitter, of course. Shout out Elon Musk. But yes, that's where I heard it first. But do you have any backstory on this, or any I guess inside scoop on it?
I have spidey senses.
Spidey senses, okay.
So it says this is raw alerts on Twitter. This is the post you sent me.
Yes, sir.
A group called the Patriot Front are currently marching toward the U.S. Capitol. Currently, approximately 150 to 200 individuals identified as the Patriot Front and recognized as a right-wing organization is advancing towards the United States Capitol in Washington, D.C. via the National Mall. Numerous Metro DC officers escorting them as they are working to maintain a separation between this group and any counter protesters. Now, if you look at some of the posts below, everybody is pretty much calling it out as feds. Everybody knows that the story of Ray Epps on January 6th. Ray Epps was this guy. He was a Fed now, and the mainstream media, the FBI, everybody has been trying to protect this man. So they've locked everybody else up that was a part of this January 6th so-called insurrection. It was not an insurrection. It was a protest, mostly peaceful, by the way. And but Ray Epps was the guy that kept yelling, "We've got to storm the Capitol. We've got to storm the Capitol." So out of all the people that did anything on January 6th, Ray Epps was the only one that was mysteriously, never arrested. Well, maybe he got arrested, but then let go immediately. And then the FBI and mainstream media have been protecting him ever since. He was just on a media, an interview with 60 Minutes not too long ago. And they were protecting him, and he was saying that he was on the Trump side and this and that and this and that, and the media was still protecting him. And while the media hates Trump with their entire heart, so it makes no sense. The guy's a Fed. So when you're looking at the comments, there was one in here that had mentioned, I don't see the thing in here, but it was saying that these people, whoever's marching to Washington, D.C., a couple months ago, there were people in the same exact outfits marching in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Oh, okay.
And then when they went to arrest them, their megaphone, one of the megaphones said FBI on it. So those Fed. So we could actually be having a coup within our, and you wouldn't call it a coup because it's the government posing as right-wing extremists. And they're trying to scare everybody and tell everybody that right-wing extremists are trying to take down this country. And there's just a lot of shenanigans going on by our federal government. Because they're scared to death of Trump getting back in office. So they're trying the FBI, the CIA, the Biden administration are all working as hard as they can. Merrick Garland, Department of Justice, they're working as hard as they can to paint the right wing or conservative Americans as negatively as they can before this next election. So if that means suiting and booting 150 to 200 right-wing protesters, which are actually feds, they'll do it. They'll do it. I trust my government. None at all. No, I have no trust for them at all. And
okay.
I think these guys are feds, but of course we'll have to. This is brand new.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, these are my spidey senses kicking in. I don't know the truth. I'd have to look at it more, but the comments themselves are clearly, I'm not the only one that thinks they're feds. So
interesting. So I kind of want to say that it's kind of like they're trying to put out a certain narrative out there, right? To kind of get the wheels spinning and have it proceeded a certain way, I guess you could say, right? So, oh, okay. I see what you're saying. It's interesting. Yeah, I just heard about it today, and that's why I wanted to send it your way. Maybe I'm thinking that you probably heard about it too, because sometimes we send each other back and forth stuff that just happens like as of interest, something in regards for the pod that we could discuss here and just let all the lovely people know about it. But that one was
Yeah,
kind of trippy because I'm like, damn, this is happening today, and I'm sure I think that's what it looked like. So I just wanted to send it your way and
it
just kind
looks
of get
like
a confirmation. Okay.
yeah, by the time this episode has aired, but we will probably know more about the information.
Definitely.
So I don't know. It just if it's feds, then yes. Another weird thing about January 6th is there was a bag. They said that there was a bag of
Explosives, right?
explosives.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
Okay.
And out of all the people they've arrested and all of the videos that would have captured the identity of this person that dropped this bag off, miraculously all of those videotapes are gone. Nobody can find them. Nobody can locate them. So it means they have identified the person. The person is most likely a Fed, and this was just a part of just putting shame on the name of Trump. And that's unfortunately the world we're living in. We have a very dirty, very nasty, disgusting government in place right now, and the people know it. And but there's a lot of people who are oblivious to it still, and so we just have to continue opening those eyes. And
Okay.
by moves with by taking Tucker Carlson off Fox News, that was a big blow. That was clearly a move from the top. That was not a decision that was taken lightly. So
Yeah.
he was the only one on Fox News talking about Epstein. He was the only one talking about um, uh, the Biden administration and all the corruption going on with him and Ukraine and the Romanian. Um, he was the only one saying that the things he was saying that were right. They kept getting proven right. And they kept trying to mark him as a liar, as misinformation. And the funny thing is you just give it a little bit of time, and all of a sudden you figure out, wow, Tucker Carlson has been right every single time. So
Yeah.
all of a sudden he's off. He's off. So it just means that Fox News is part of the game. They're
Yeah,
part of the
that one
enemy.
was kind of unexpected. I didn't see that coming, but it's almost a good thing as well because now he's on his own avenue where he's teamed up with Elon Musk and he's gonna actually bring his side to Twitter, right? So they're gonna kind of I don't know if you want to say it's like a collaborative effort between them two, but now it's like he's gonna have full control of his own of everything that he does now. So he's not gonna have a boss at this point, right? He gets to do this, still do the same thing he was doing before when he was at Fox. Now, what I feel like maybe without no restrictions at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's kind of a good thing. And I mean, yeah, it's that one kind of hit me just damn, that's crazy. I didn't think they would do that. But I mean, obviously, like you said, there's someone at the higher spot pulling the strings that probably just said, nope, we're gonna kick him out. So
There's some crazy things happening. And so what's going to happen though, once they get those people out of the way, the main people, then they start working their way to our level. Then they start getting me out of the way. Then you know what I mean?
yeah.
So eventually they, and it's basically what I see America is now is 1939 Germany. And we happen to be the ones that Hitler doesn't like, conservative Americans. Yeah.
Oh
So
no, no
once we see
bueno.
those rail trains showing up, like here we go. And by the way, that's a comparison you're never supposed to use, but evil. We're just looking at it in the form of evil.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's always this clear rule with people that say, "Oh, you can never compare people to what we went through in the Holocaust during the Holocaust." Yeah, evil is evil. All right.
Yeah.
China's doing it right now. They've got it going on. So just deal with it. Deal with it.
Yeah.
It's just because it hasn't happened yet, the stars are still aligning.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's insane, right? Especially with what you said about China still having things like that being done over there. Ugh, definitely dicey over there. Don't want to be over there. But of course, as we proceed to give you what you need, as once upon a time, Sean F. Puffy Combs, Diddy, of course, said we shall move on and jump into three random topics today, or three topics that I picked from the lineup. Right, very interesting. And the first one I want to talk about today is baby DNA, 3 people. Science is getting to the point where it just let me speechless, right? To even once I read this article, I definitely want to bring it to the forefront and discuss it with you and just get your thoughts on it. And also let the people know this is the stuff that's coming down the pipeline. In my opinion, this is a good thing. Just again from my personal perspective, this is definitely a good thing. But let's see what you lovely people decide. First UK baby with DNA from 3 people born after new IVF procedure is the title of this lovely article. The first UK baby created with DNA from 3 people has been born from doctors before after doctors performed a groundbreaking IVF procedure that aims to prevent children from inheriting incurable diseases. The technique, known as mitochondrial donation treatment, MDT, uses tissue from the eggs of healthy female donors to create IVF embryos that are free from harmful mutations their mothers carry and are likely to pass it on to their children. Because the embryos combine sperm and egg from the biological parents with tiny battery-like structures called mitochondria from the donor's eggs, the resulting baby has DNA from the mother and father as usual, plus a small amount of genetic material, about 37 genes from the donor. The process has led to the phrase 3-parent babies, though more than 99.8% of the DNA in the babies comes from the mother and the father. Research on MDT, which is also known as mitochondrial replacement therapy, MRT, was pioneered in the UK by doctors at the Newcastle Fertility Center. The work aimed to help women with mutated mitochondria to have babies without the risk of passing on genetic disorders. People inherit all their mitochondria from their mother, so harmful mutations in the, quote, batteries can affect all of the children a woman has. For affected women, natural conception is often a gamble. Some babies might be born healthy because they inherit only a tiny proportion of the mutated mitochondria, but others may inherit far more and develop severe, progressive, and often fatal diseases. About 1 in 6,000 babies are affected by mitochondrial disorders. Most of a human's 20,000 genes are coiled up in the nucleus of nearly every cell in the body, but dotted around each nucleus are thousands of mitochondria with their own genes. When functioning properly, the mitochondria provide vital energy for the cells that make up our organs. Mutations that damage the mitochondria tend to affect energy-hungry tissues most, the brain, heart, muscles, and liver. These deteriorate relentlessly as an affected child grows.
Wow.
So it's good in the sense, of course, as it says here. Sometimes there's what's the statistics that it said right here. I just want to make sure I point this out. About 1 in 6,000 babies are affected by mitochondrial disorders. So in a sense, it would be good definitely to prevent these horrific things from happening, especially for a newborn baby. But also to think we're at this point and level. Again, science blows my mind and to know where we're coming at this point in age, right?
Yeah.
Where they're able to take DNA from 3 people and pretty much create life without any side effects, right? Or any disorders as they're born. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's a good thing to me. I look at it as a good thing, but again, you always kind of want to take it this way as well, right? You always want to kind of play the devil's advocate in this sense. Sometimes what if life itself has to choose, like, you're born with whatever it is that you're born with, in the sense of like, you look at it, can it be a gift or a curse? But now we're kind of tweaking with things where we're calling the shots in a sense to where we're making these edits right before this child's born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. That's just me. That's kind of how I look at it. But what do you think, man? What do you think about this?
I hate to go back to 1939 Germany.
Oh, you're going back. It's like we just got out of the river and like, okay, now we're gonna dive back.
Right. But it's like, this is like some eugenic type stuff where they keep trying to perfect humans, and I get it. I get it with, but is I'm just wondering, why aren't we just focusing on curing cancer right now? Like, we have these things and these diseases and these sicknesses that exist right now, but so that the people that are currently living, we could help them out, but they have this crazy thirst for eternal life or whatever it is, right? And I think they're just trying to get their name and in the records or whatever. But I mean, here's the thing: you create this perfect whatever thing, for one, it will never be perfect. They can try as hard as they want, it'll never be perfect. And it whatever. But wouldn't I mean, I'm just thinking, okay, here, we had these parents that have, their kid has 3 DNA in him and he doesn't know any of his parents, but he's a lab baby, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna live forever, and then he gets hit by a bus.
Well, still coming back from that. That's
But
kind of dark. You went right to it.
like
It happens though. I mean,
or
unfortunately, things like that happen. Sorry to
or
say.
he turns out being like like a Joseph Stalin, a Volodymyr Zelensky, a Putin, and I'm sorry, people, I'm not gonna say Zelensky's a good guy. He's not, so yeah, that's
let's just call it the sandbags.
I'm making sure I'm coming out with some haymakers today.
Oh, dude, you're coming out swinging, man. That's like, it's like we're in the corner. I'm talking about giving you the game plan, but not you're just gonna go out there swing until you just gas out.
You sent me a picture of feds, going to Washington D.C., and I'm just like, dude, those are my people, and these are this is the enemy dressed as my people, infiltrating, making it look like it's my people, but then the target is gonna be my people.
Yeah, it's the mirage being set up. You know what I'm saying?
It's a bunch of feds dressed in sheep's clothing. A bunch of wolves dressed in sheep clothing. So
it's the Trojan horse. It's the Trojan horse. Yeah, it's the Trojan horse being gifted as a Trojan horse, as a lovely gift. But there's people inside there. Well, they're gonna wait until attack once you get over to the across the, what is it? They're trying to get through the gates, right? They're trying to get through the gates.
So like a Trojan horse would be like okay, Biden would be the Trojan horse. So you vote him in and you think you're getting like this moderate, American, but inside of this horse's belly was Ocasio-Cortez and Alvin Bragg and all these crazy leftists that are like destroying our cities and then blaming it on the working class Americans. And that's the Trojan horse. The Trojan horse is you thinking you're getting, a thing that isn't, it's like, okay, right? But then out of the belly comes the worst things that America has ever seen. Yeah. And we're getting gutted. And then Biden's sitting there like, sorry. And then what about that southern border? Title 42 expired.
Oh man!
And, we don't have enough agents, so they're just going to be, millions of people are just going to be coming in, and once again,
no background checks, no nothing, just whatever. It's like
bring that diseases in, bring the fentanyl in, bring it all. No, we don't even need to assimilate. Let's just have 5 different countries in here now. Like America will no longer be America. We'll just have 5 different countries. We'll split it all up once we give them voting rights and they decide that they don't want America. We'll just, there's enough voters now. Now they brought in the voters they needed to.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of that show that you recommended me to watch. I actually watched a couple of episodes. I actually need to revisit as well. It was a show about what if Germany had won the war and they split America into 2. It was like China or not
America.
What's it called?
The Man in the High Castle.
Yes. It was split, right? It was like half of it was Germany, and the other one side, I forgot what it was.
Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that was crazy to think. Like, yeah.
Oh, dude,
like super different.
Yeah. That was based off of a book series. If the Nazis won the war.
That's insane. But yeah, so obviously they're tinkering with DNA. It's like you said, there's that want and need to pretty much perfect the human genome to where disease free. You want to be just the healthiest of a newborn baby or just human down the road, right? It's but just to know that they can do that now, right? It's becoming a reality, and they're doing that. I mean, of course, it's going to come with a price tag as well. This thing is not going to be cheap by any means whatsoever. But it's out there and it's going to be available to whoever can afford that and whoever wants to go down that path. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting, man, that they're actually able to do this. And yeah, for the good reasons, it can be good. But of course, I'm with you on that, where we definitely should look into finding cures for these diseases as is right now for people actually having to battle through them.
Right.
That would be the best way to approach this as well. So yeah, I thought that was a very interesting one as well. So moving on to the second topic on the lineup here. We talked about UFOs. We talked about UAPs. There was an incident that happened on the 8th of this month, a couple of weeks ago. I would want to say, last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago, to be specific. There was this metallic orb that was floating through the war zone. We've discussed this before. Now, the person that actually saw this says he has more. Let's read about this. When we get footage of metallic spherical object racing across the sky above an active war zone, not the ones in this photo, mind you, but the one Kate wrote about a couple weeks ago. It's a story that is not going to go away quietly and easily. We're going to keep hearing about it, no matter how uncomfortable it gets for the people in charge of limiting how much the public is told. A retired Navy senior chief petty officer has said that he witnessed a metallic orb in Afghanistan similar to the one that was displayed in a video during a recent Senate hearing. However, due to the security agreements and the fear of legal consequences, he was unable to come forward with more detailed information. The retired Navy senior chief, whose identity continues to remain anonymous, has said there is a need for a secure method for individuals to report potential unidentified flying objects, quote, UAPs, or UFOs, I guess in this sense. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd love to tell you everything in detail, but I'm not willing to go to jail to do it, the retired Navy senior chief told Fox News. According to the retired Navy senior, he, along with other military service members, observed a metallic orb from above in Afghanistan in the early 2000s. And being constrained by security protocols, it means the materials that were collected are unable to be shared and analyzed. There's quite a bit of gray here because the customer we are working with for at the time retained all collected materials, but I know where the bodies are buried. Not necessarily where the digital data is, though. I can point them in the right direction, the Navy retiree stated. During the last month's hearing, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the head of the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, presented video clips, but noted that the available data was insufficient to fully identify the events captured, simply describing them as, quote, unresolved cases. Kirkpatrick said his office is currently tracking 650 cases.
Whew.
So, Navy officer, retiree, said that he's seen these before, and supposedly, quote unquote, this is what they're saying, right? I'm just going by what I see in this article, that he could point them to the right direction of where these dead bodies. I mean, I don't know what dead bodies he's referring to. If it's like dead bodies of soldiers, I don't know at this point, but I'm assuming he's referring to these metallic spheres or orbs, whatever they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I mean, I guess the one way to really take this to me in a much more serious note is if this person came out and said, hey, this is Navy senior chief retiree so-and-so. We need a name behind the face of this person to really say the full like credentials check. This guy's legit. He's seen these things with his own two eyes. He's not one to say, okay, we don't know if he's, telling the truth or he's flat out lying. Because it just seems to me like this has become much more of a trending topic because, of course, they've been releasing these videos, these photos, these news articles, this and that. I actually listened to a podcast episode not too long ago, and they were saying that the gentleman that was referring to those, how we're able to actually do the camouflaging now underwater. Remember I showed you that little video clip? He said this technology was available years and years ago. So when they asked him the question in regards to these UAPs, unidentified flying objects, he's like, I have no doubt in my mind that this is technology that we've had for many years, and we're just been working on it since then till now, and we're just out here pretty much testing them. But obviously the guy that was he was pretty much leading the podcast saying, well, if that's the case, why would they want to test that against, I guess, our own military, or why wouldn't they give people a heads up? Hey, we're going to do some testing out here, just an FYI, because what if it could have accidentally started some kind of war with us? Because they were saying if it was to during the TikTok incident, they said it jammed their radar. That's an automatic action of us.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'll tell you why. Because if it's friendly fire, it's a lot easier for you to cover it up if it's your own people, right? Because it's your own people cleaning up the mess. All of a sudden you're cleaning up the mess, and all of a sudden that person, whoever the commander is cleaning up the mess, is suddenly brought to this office that says you will say nothing about anything that you've seen, because obviously they'd see that this is our own country doing this, and so they'd be silenced right away. Whereas if it were, like, let's just say Iran, it's going to be a whole lot harder to tell them to shut up. So they're probably trying to perfect it on our own people.
Yeah, it's because I mean the one thing I was referring to was when it jammed the radar during the TikTok incident. He said that's an automatic act of war at that point. If you jam our radar, we will fire off whatever this thing is. So that's what I'm saying. It could have started something, and then it would be all over the news. what was that thing you guys shot at? You guys said it was this thing that was making you guys look like freaking snails flying out in the air. It would have just caused a whole crazy
But it's just
chaos, right?
It's just like the World Trade Center Tower number 7. That building went down just like 1 and 2, and but nobody talks about that one going down the way it went. So it's something that we have to collectively agree that we just never bring up. We never talk about that. And so if there were this act of war by radar getting jammed, signals getting jammed, and it starts something, we'll never be allowed to ask it, because the people, the government goes to the media and tells them, you don't talk about this, and then everybody says, okay, I want access to the White House, I want access to this, I want access to this. So yeah, we'll agree. So the media is no longer trustworthy anymore. Neither is the government, and the government never has been. But now the media is in cahoots with them. So when you have the government who's controlling the military, and then they're doing all these weird things, we'll never hear about it unless it's brave people. And I could see why he wouldn't want his name revealed. I mean, you're going to go against all of these entities. We've seen what happens to JFK when he chose to go against the CIA. We saw what happened to MLK. We've seen it happen to so many people. Just go look at any Clinton body count list. Anybody who went against them, that list is stacked up, including Epstein. And I mean, the list goes on and it doesn't stop. So when you're a retired Navy guy who has some information but no support behind you, you're probably going to want to be anonymous as well.
You definitely got the crosshairs right on your forehead. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is my clue to people. So when you send cryptocurrency out, you can leave little memos in those transactions. That's what people need to do. When they send Bitcoin to another address or to another wallet, right? There's anonymous ways that you can send Bitcoin from one wallet to another that no one could ever track it. And all you have to do is put whatever truth you need told in that little memo box. And we could have so much truth that's immutable, by the way. You could never, anybody who has that line, that TX number could see it. You just pull up that TX number and then you read the notes in there. There it is. That's how you do it. That's how you reveal the truth, people.
Dude, you just dropped the frickin'. We should try to get a hold of this person and be like, yo, send me like just one, I don't know, whatever, like one Bitcoin or whatever. I don't know. Like something so minimal, right? And just tell me who you are. That's all I need to know. I won't say anything. We wouldn't even know it's you or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You could do it with Monero too. Monero is very private. Bitcoin isn't as private, but Monero certainly is completely private. And so yeah, I would advise doing it under Monero. Insane. So release the secrets on the Monero blockchain. There you go.
The truth shall set you free. The truth shall come out, right?
And it's a blockchain. It's immutable. You could never erase it. You could never redact it. Nothing. It's there for everyone to see.
Insane. That's a good idea. Man. I wonder if they'll catch up to that where they'll do that, man. That would be a good way to do it, right? I mean, just to release everything. There you go.
I'm just throwing it out there. I've thought, the government hates the blockchain so bad. And why is that? Because, when you put those notes in there, and I've done it before where I'm like, I just write test, when I'm just doing that and I'm just testing, I go to the blockchain, I see my note. I'm like, oh my God, if I wanted real secrets out there in the world, I could certainly do it. Nobody could ever redact it. They couldn't. You could never hide it.
Brett Amnesty dropped the gem on you right there. If whoever wants to do that, free game.
That could be. Maybe I'm the one that is the spark of the great awakening that's about to occur. Maybe I'm the one that gives that person that idea, right?
Oh, dude, I know, right? And we're gonna have to retract to this episode, say that the idea came from this gentleman over here.
Small right wing obscure podcast came out with the missing link, and now the truth is out there, and they killed him.
Oh man, on air,
right here,
live
baby,
crosshairs.
I'm right here. One of many, but once the truth is out there, Once the truth is out there, you can kill me. We don't die, we multiply.
Oh, dude,
That's the truth
bars.
sets us free.
Bars. There we go. There we go. So yeah, if you want to find out more about just what's really going out there in regards to these UAPs, there you go. For anybody that wants to do some just released, highly classified documents or names, whatever, right there. My boy told you, gave you the idea of how to do so we can discuss this amongst us people, so we can know the truth. That's it. So yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Good idea. All right. So the last topic on the agenda for today. This was wild. What if, Brett? What if I told you? Let's say you just had money to blow like crazy. One of the things that you could possibly do is say, hey, when it's lights out for me, when it's all said and done, I want you to freeze my body and wake me up in the year 3050. Well, this gentleman here, billionaire, that's what he's hoping on doing. Billionaire Peter Thiel still plans to be frozen after death for potential revival. Quote, I don't necessarily expect it to work. Billionaire tech investor Peter Thiel confirmed that he has signed up to be cryogenically frozen when he dies so that he can potentially be revived in the future, even though he is skeptical that the technology actually works. Thiel, who has an estimated net worth of 8.13 billion, according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, spoke candidly about the life-preserving possibilities of the so-called cryonics. During an appearance on the journalist Barry West's podcast on Wednesday, is it true that you are signed up to be cryonically preserved when you die so that you might be brought back to life in the future? West asked. Yes, but I think of it more as an ideological statement, Thiel said. So it's true, West replied. Sure, I don't necessarily expect it to work, but I think it's the sort of thing we're supposed to try to do, Thiel responded. I feel like this guy has so much money to blow. He's just like, fuck it. I just feel like doing it. Yeah. Whatever, it's just a cool 500,000,
Yeah. That's what I'm just saying. Like, some people just have too much money, but Walt Disney did the same thing with his head.
That is true. That is true. So, yeah, I heard that. So is that true? Is that like an actual, like, legit thing he has done before he passed away?
I don't know. I'd have to Google it. Google it.
Okay, so Google it while I finish this article here. Okay,
go ahead.
So West then pressed Thiel on whether he has signed up any loved ones to be frozen. I'm not convinced it works, Thiel added. It's more, I think we need to be trying these things. It's not there yet. Thiel, 55, built his initial fortune as a co-founder of PayPal. He was the first outside investor in Facebook and an original partner in the venture capital firm Founders Fund. He's also a prominent Republican donor and expressed in the same podcast interview that Weiss that he planned to support Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in the GOP's 2024 presidential nomination. Thiel's interest in cryonics and other anti-aging technologies has been well documented. In 2014, the tech millionaire told the Telegraph that he had signed up to be preserved after death by the biotech firm Alcor. I'm telling you that I signed up for cryogenics. There's always this reaction that's really crazy. It's disturbing, Thiel told the outlet. But my take on it, it's only disturbing because it challenges our compliancy. Alcor describes its cryonic work as the practice of preserving life by pausing the dying process using sub-freezing temperatures with the intent of restoring good health with medical technology in the future. Thiel isn't the only prominent tech figure spending money on life extension technology. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, whose firm created the ChatGPT chatbot, recently invested $188 million in a firm, Retro Biosciences, that is aiming to extend the human lifespan by 10 years. MIT Technology Review reported another Silicon figure, software developer Brian Johnson, has gained notoriety for spending millions of dollars per year on the anti-aging protocol. Johnson, 45, claims his costly effort has given him the body of an 18-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I want.
So, take me back at least to when I was 19 or 20 at least, minimum.
If I could go back, let's see. I think when I was 27 was probably my peak, man. I was running, I was energetic. But I'd take 26, 25,
Oh, dude, yeah, I'll be solid with that, man. I'll be solid with that. It's like now, as the older I get, I swear, like every time I take a step up my stairs, I hear a crack or like a pop in my bones. I was like, dude, are you okay? You're falling apart up there. I'm like, I know, slowly dwindling down, just coming down.
The second I had plantar fasciitis, and then all these other weird things that were coming, I was like, this sucks. This absolutely sucks.
Oh, it's like a time
Doctor
ticking
says
bomb,
because I drink too much. but I don't believe him.
It must be the cigarettes too. I just smoking like you say.
I wanted to do maybe maybe I shouldn't. Well, I'll say it. I want to do like a reel or whatever. You know how we on the Facebook thing where I'm just like
I think
sitting
that's
at the
Instagram too. I think
Instagram. Is that what
yeah.
I said? I don't know.
You said
Anyway,
Facebook, but yeah.
whatever
Anyways,
the stories, whatever. For the podcast and like, hey guys, you should check out this episode. But you'd be seeing me because I'd be at the breakfast table
yeah.
and I'd have like a bowl of like what's like Fruity Loops or something, Fruity Pebbles, something like crazy, and I'd be taking a couple bites out of there, and then I'd be like, check it out, and then I'd be sipping my beer as the video face, having beer with my cereal. Figure that'd be pretty cool.
These ideas that you get, man, I swear, like I just, it's like there's some stuff that you told me that I'm like, man, you should do it. We've had this idea about he was a character, or I would say he's a character. He was actually a guest on our podcast. You were wearing suspenders. Was it you were wearing suspenders or you weren't? But you look like a taxi. Like I said, man, you're somebody that looks like someone would do my taxes. Or you look like a
yeah. I think that was just me and you on that.
Yeah, I think it was. No, but I'm saying
you were calling me Larry King.
Yes.
You were calling.
Yes. No, we're on the same page. But yes, we were talking about doing small reels, and you were talking about how you want to set the scene as you're actually on a newscast, and you're trying to like get yourself going, and you're like, is this thing on? Am I live? Like, oh hey,
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I get a million ideas. It's just there's only so much time in the day. And,
I know. See that's why we need to preserve you. We need to freeze you, and that way you can wake up and, like I said, 30, 50, and you're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? That way we can de-age you. We can give you the body of a 25-year-old. According to this person here, he's 45, but he said he has a body of an 18-year-old.
Yeah,
crazy.
Baby.
I think I might have. Yeah, it's crazy though. But yeah, man, see, that way you'll have all the time you ever need.
That's right. Yeah, I dig it. So apparently I'm just looking at a website. It's called Trust and Will. So they're saying that although there must be so many fans that would love to see their beloved animator come back to life, the rumors are not true. Walt Disney was not frozen.
Yeah.
The first documented case of cryogenic preservation took place 1 month after Disney's death. The subject was Dr. James Bedford, a psychologist who was cryogenically preserved and stored under the care of Alcor Life Extension Foundation, a nonprofit organization that leads the charge in cryogenic preservation technology. If cryonic preservation didn't begin until a month after Disney's death, how and why did these rumors begin?
Yeah, man, rumors. That's crazy. Yeah, I've heard of that before though. I just wanted to make sure, like, if it was, I mean, I'm sure the estate, his estate or whatever, or his company, excuse me, has the money to do it. I mean, they're worth billions now. So I would like, yeah, that's like a drop in the water for them, or drop in the ocean for them, money wise. Spent. They wanted to just freeze his brain or his head or whatever. But yeah, that's crazy. So it's not true. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Not true. It's false. Negative. So, but think about it though, man. I mean, think of it this way. Let's say time has come, you're put to rest, and let's say you're enjoying the afterlife whatever you believe, you're enjoying it, you're at peace, sleeping, and then they bring you back. And like I said, years later, it's like, how would you feel about that, Brett? Let's say you're enjoying your eternal sleep, you're good, and they bring you back and you wake up, you're like, what the hell?
Everything would change. Like, okay, picture reading Shakespeare, right? Doesn't make sense to us. We're like, can you translate this? And it's English. It's English. So in the future, you're going to be like reading everything that just looks like it's a bunch of slang that took over. Like, oh my God, you guys don't even use thoughts in your, in your words. Everything's just like syllables and sounds and like slang. We're becoming dumber as the time goes on.
So you would think would it be more highly technologically advanced or just super like evolved, but it's like we're going backwards instead of going forward.
Well, it's two classes, right? You have the technological field, they're advancing like no other. but it's like what do you call it? The Dark Ages, where
Mm-hmm.
there was the ruling class, and then there was the peasants, right? The peasants were
Peasants.
uneducated.
Mm-hmm.
Ask any peasant in today's day and age how to understand code and how to understand, all the technological AI and all algorithms and all this other stuff. They can't. Blockchain, they can't. We can't. I can't, right? I'm a peasant in today's day and age. And that's why we need it, but it's built that way by design, because the people that have this education are the people who had parents that paid for that education. They had the understanding that, hey, this is the direction we're going. We need to, keep you guys going in this line. We have to preserve the ruling class. Now, and the rest of the peasants, we need peasants that can do our mundane work. The small tasks and all that. And so that's essentially what we are. And so I think it's all deliberate. It's all by design. So yeah, I mean, that's what I think we are. So you would go in the future, and you would literally see like people like that are basically cavemen, on the level of cavemen, the intelligence level of cavemen. As long as they had social media and Netflix, they'll be okay. Social media and Netflix, or whatever the
Whatever they
similarity.
watch,
TikTok,
yeah.
give me TikTok, give me Netflix,
So
and I'm
I'll be
good.
fine.
Yeah, I'll do whatever you say, master. you know and then you got the ruling elite that's just like, okay, well, we're gonna take all your money, you have to give us 90% of taxes. Okay, whatever, as long as we have Netflix and TikTok, anything you want.
They screw
They
everything
got them
else,
all
right?
living in like little cubicles,
Oh,
like little,
oh no! Say, put me in the
life
ground and
boxes.
put me on the ground and put me back to sleep. I'm done. I want to leave this place already. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, dude, for real, for
Put me in my
real.
sleep. Yeah. But yeah, so there you have it. Being chronogenically put to rest, wake up many years later down the road, it's gonna become a thing, or they're trying to make it become a normal thing, or just an option for people that are up at the wealthy status. This could be an option for you. So yeah, there you have it.
Yeah.
But in that, brother, I mean, that's pretty much what I have on deck for today. I mean, unless you have anything else that you want to definitely discuss, of course, the floor is yours as much as it's mine. I mean, pretty solid little session we had here today, as always. And again, I definitely want to actually go off of what you said in regards to the people that are listening to us from different parts of the world. It's so, again, I just want to say this again. It's so awesome to know that other people enjoy. I would hope that you enjoy this podcast that my boy in here are doing, just to provide entertainment for all of you. It's so cool to see that. And again, I just want to thank everybody that's actually taking the time out of their day to listen to us. We thank you very much. And also, just stick through with us. We're going to definitely keep on doing this and just grow this little fan base that we have growing. And I just want to say again, thanks for everybody listening. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah, couldn't say it better myself.
Oh, you could have said better.
I think we got a couple minutes left. So what about, real quick, we're stepping into summer, and people will be breaking out the barbecues here soon.
Oh,
Did you
hell yeah.
happen to see that letter that the vegan wrote to her neighbor?
No. Oh, baby,
Okay.
lay it on me. Let's hear it.
All right.
I want to hear
So
it.
this vegan, I wish I had the actual letter that she wrote, because it's hilarious. But this vegan, she wrote a letter. So her neighbor
Mhm.
was cooking on the grill, cooking,
Okay.
just like any normal stuff, right? Normal stuff. But he just happens to be living to this vegan family, supposedly.
Okay.
And so she writes him a final warning letter saying, every time you cook food on your grill, it makes me and my family sick, because we are vegans. So if you keep doing it, I'm gonna take you to social media, and like as if she's gonna call the authorities. Like the authorities are gonna come over and arrest him for cooking meat. So yeah. So I just thought it was funny, because when she signed the letter, her husband, and her kids, and I'm thinking, okay, the husband had nothing to do with that. I'm thinking, and so I was reading the comments, and they said that the husband, they were like, hey, if you're the husband, blink twice if you're okay, or if you need help. Oh, but these vegans are going crazy, man. And you're
Oh
talking to
man.
someone who has, like, for the most part, changed my diet to a predominantly vegan type diet. Um, only because it's my own choice, but still, like today I ate the hell out of meat. I mean, I had that pizza. We had the meat lovers pizza, so there was
Oh,
like 3 different animals on there.
awesome.
Yeah, so God bless the dead, um but but these vegans are crazy how they just try to like it's almost like they want their own flag.
Oh, I'm
They
surprised they
want
don't
their
have
own
one by
logo.
now, man.
Like, we're gonna have literally identification. Hey, I identify as a vegan. I want my own month. I want my own flag. And then they have to start indoctrinating our schools. So like we'll have like instead of CRT, it'll be like VRT or something. We'll have,
Or like
and
what
then
they
they'll
say,
start taking meat out of our books, like
it's
out of
like
the like classic stories.
yeah, but it's kind of like that when they have like the wear your hat to or wear your hat day or wear your pajamas day. Now it's like it's a or it's a vegan day all of a sudden now. We add that to the week. I don't know, man. I just think like just mind your own business. You know, they're doing their thing. Leave them alone. They want to enjoy some grilled barbecue. You know, it's a nice day. You want to be outside with your family. You're having dinner. You guys are, your unit, just enjoying the day, but you got to have somebody that's got to rain on your parade. I mean, dude, it doesn't surprise me, man. It's just, come on. Like, it's taking it over the top. And they're thinking they're almost trying to look as like the victims. And now they're kind of made look as the fools now because that's probably out already in social media. They're going to get flamed up for it. And now this is what they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it kind of, I guess, it backfired on them if I want to say something, so it's crazy. It's crazy.
And then one last thing I'll just interject with. I was in Arlington, Washington tonight. We were at a store called Arlington Hardware.
Okay.
And it's a big store, right? A lot of people like really. It's a fun store.
Okay.
Anyway, I went in their beer section today, and I asked my wife. I said, "Hey, do you see any Bud Light there? Like they have like all kinds of different beers."
Yeah.
And my wife found one. She goes, "Yeah, isn't that a tall boy?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that is." So they have the only beer in that whole thing that's Bud Light. They offer a 16-ounce tall boy, but
Oh,
no 12 packs, no 6 packs, no 24 packs, nothing, no
dang.
bottles. You're only if you're gonna stoop so low that you're gonna drink a Bud Light in today's day and age, you get your choice of a 16-ounce
That's
tall boy.
it. We have no more, like, non-existent, not in our inventory.
They're
Nope.
probably just trying to get rid of the last one. Yeah.
Oh man, I heard their sales are tanking pretty bad. That's last time I checked. It was saying that their sales are tanked a lot, and there's still just so much inventory at stores that it's not being touched. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane, man.
Could you imagine like how you and I would feel like if we had like some sort of company that was like, "Hey, we want you to be the face of our company," right? And then the whole country turned against us.
Hmm.
took our faces off their beer cans,
Oh,
fired the
dude, I know.
advertising team that, put us on there. I'd be looking at you and I'd be like, "Well, at least we got our money." But like everybody hates us just because we were on the face of a beer can and we put a TikTok video up. Isn't that amazing? Like, man, like I kind of feel bad for the guy, for the whoever this person the controversy is about.
Yeah.
I feel bad because it looked like it was just like some young dude or some woman or whatever it
Yeah.
was, but it looks like they just looked like they really took it hard.
I know.
I'm like, and I'm thinking, didn't they just want money?
I know.
Like,
They just got paid, right? Like they made money in the end. So it's
I'm
kind
pretty
of
sure
like,
they didn't approach Bud Light and say, "Hey, can I be the face of your beer can?" I'm
yeah,
pretty
straight up.
sure that person, whoever this was sought out
Yeah.
and was chosen. And then all of a sudden this person becomes the enemy to like more than half of America.
Got thrown into
Like,
the firing pit.
I didn't choose Bud Light. I hate Bud Light. So do you. But they chose me, and they were swinging 150 grand in front of my face. So yes, I said
took
yes.
the cheese. I took the cheese, right?
I took the cheese. And you hate me for what? Why do you hate me? But I think it's just they didn't have any they can't even defend themselves. They probably, I mean, who knows? Just young person probably with mental issues anyway, but can't defend themselves anyway. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It was. I felt kind of bad for that person. I don't even know their name, but it's just, 'cause I think I've said it before. I did not pay any attention to that. It's just like all I see is like Bud Light, Bud Light, Bud Light, and everybody's like running over Bud Lights with like backhoes and stuff.
He looked on
Dude,
this kid like,
right.
who's this?
Yeah. What is this news about Bud Light? It's just
Just
like
chugging it down,
just,
shotgunning it. Oh
uh,
man. Well, I'll tell you what, man. Somebody will be on their just their last resort. They'll go find that little 16-ounce slowly Bud Light. They'll slam it down. That's that. So it'll find a
and
home.
yes, and for the people that really do like Bud Light, I didn't see anybody's face on the front of these Bud Lights. It was like just a plain like 1999 Bud Light looking thing, like no harm, no foul.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I mean, other than that, beer is beer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna love it. Somebody's gonna grab it. Someone's gonna buy it. Someone's gonna enjoy it. That's that. Today's the day to do that. Of course, like we were saying, it is pretty warm out there, so someone's gonna enjoy it. So yeah, brother. I mean, I think it's time to set this puppy down and wrap this one up. But we want to leave on a good note, of course. If you're the brand new listener to this podcast, definitely give us a thumbs up wherever you listen to your podcast. If it's Spotify or Apple Podcast, give us a nice little thumbs up if you enjoy it, and leave a comment too. Well, we always read our comments on there as well. If you leave one, we'll read it. And also follow us on our socials. The only social we're really actually active is down below, Beyond Expedition Podcast on Instagram, bringing you the latest and greatest in regards to updates in regards to the podcast, preview clips, posts, you name it, you'll find it on there. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. We don't want you having a heat stroke. We want to see you in the next episode, but just stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. We'll catch you next one. We love you. Peace.